with ESPN.com for both of the players. What does it say about this team in particular that even despite the losses at the end of the season, you guys won the games that mattered the most?
Pretty much, we know what we're capable of doing, and we're just one family, and we don't listen to the outside world like Tajh said earlier. Basically, like Coach Swinney always said, is we play for each other, and so yeah, we lost some, but I mean, we can either pout about it and keep losing, or we can man up and just do what we're capable of doing.
As well, like Coach said, it was accountability, it was responsibility, and I mean, we hold each other to a standard. Thursday, before we headed out to practice, Coach made us stand up and give a pledge, and everybody stood up and told them, and they guaranteed that they were going to do their job and they were going to give all. We don't have a game next week or the week after, so I mean, everybody played and laid everything they had on the field, and the results were different. I mean, that's all you could really ask for, but we definitely have some great players here, and I mean, they just came out and just played today.
Back right.
I know you don't want to part with that trophy. Could you slide that to your right a little bit? Appreciate that. How big was field position in the second half? How did that play into the
It's
game?
critical, and I mean, just huge. I mean, I thought we did a great job, although I'll tell you, their punter was unbelievable. Holy cow, we didn't know where to line up. I mean, he punted one short and then he punted 70 yards, so I thought they did a good job as well. But the key for us was we were able to put some drives together, and even when we didn't score, one of our main goals is to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. And so, we had some first downs where we ended up getting stopped, but we were able to create that field position for our defense. Really loved how our defense was playing, and we kind of played to that, especially down in the fourth quarter. And that was certainly a key part of the game. Once they had to become a little one-dimensional, it was kind of became a defensive lineman's type of game.
Back of the room.
Coach Joe Gorch of WIS. This has certainly been an emotional week for you between Thursday and the couple passings you talked about. Can you just describe sort of the emotion, maybe passion you guys played? You seem to inject into your team today, and culminating with the hug with your mom at the end of the game.
Well, I mean, all the credit goes to the players. It doesn't matter what I can stand on my head. It doesn't matter. They got to play, and they have to believe in each other. They have to take ownership. As I've told them, we don't have an ability problem, and so all the credit goes to the players. I'm just fortunate to be here, and I got this job 3 years and 2 days ago, and this was my dream. This was my vision, to be up here one day holding an orange, and it's been a process. It ain't been easy, and I'm gonna tell you, anything worth having isn't easy, and so I'm just happy for our players, because since the day I got the job, I've walked in to every meeting I've had ever, and I carry two signs, one that says believe and the other one says you can do it, because that has to be the foundation, because we live in a world that doesn't believe in you. And there's been a whole lot of unbelief at Clemson for a long time. I've seen it firsthand. But these guys believe. And the thing I've told them all along is, if you're going to change Clemson, you have to change it from inside. It's not going to change on the outside. It just is what it is. You got to change it from the inside. And our players have bought into that. So, again, listen, I can do cartwheels and stand on my head and do whatever. The players deserve all the credit because they get it done, and that's what our program's about. It's about the players and leadership and guys being about the right things. And nobody deserves it more. I'm happy I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy for our staff, because they work so hard, our support staff. But let me tell you, this is a players' game, and they're going to be rewarded with a great trip to the Orange Bowl. Last time I was there. Imagine this, Tom Brady went 80 yards to tie the game on us, and then we lost in overtime, missed an extra point. I'll never forget that, but it was a great trip, and I can't wait for these guys to be able to experience it. All the folks at the Orange Bowl just do an incredible job. The Discover Orange Bowl, and just happy to be there.
Back left.
Jim Young, ACCSports.com's for either or both of the players. I know your coaches back and forth through the media with Coach Spurrier. It's definitely fired up the fan base. I'm curious whether it had any effect on you guys at all.
Honestly, not really. Coach Swinney said something similar to us, and I back Coach Swinney up 100% though. Definitely love Clemson. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And to the point where it's like fighting for one of your brothers and sisters. You really don't let anybody talk about him, but in a sense though, Coach is just speaking how he felt. Some people can take it in either regard, but I definitely felt like, he said what he felt, and that's all you can really ask for from a coach. And whether it's sticking his neck out for us, we'll do the same for him. So definitely appreciate having him as a coach, and I love him to death.
Hey, listen, I got nothing against Coach Spurrier, just so you know. I love Coach Spurrier, good man. I've had nothing but respect for him for a long, long, long time. That deal this week, it was a response, and my job is to be the leader of this program, and I'm going to defend my players in this program and this staff, Clemson University, and it was something that was out there all week, and there was never. I'm thankful that he says he didn't say it, but none of that matters right now. But there's no problem or anything like that between me and Coach Spurrier. It just, it is what it is.
Front row to our left.
Mark Berman, Roanoke Times, for Coach and for Tajh. What was it with the game plan or just with the personnel matchups that enabled you guys to score so many points tonight?
Well, I felt like coming in that we needed to try to get Tajh off early with some confidence type throws. Ran a couple of nakeds, bootlegs early in the game. We felt like we had a good plan as far as the running game was concerned. And then we always like our matchups with our skill guys. But we felt like if we could get Tajh off with a little confidence and just create a spark, then we could get it rolling. And that's really what happened. We hit some short throws early. They kind of kept the chains moving. And he audible to one. It was one of them no, yes plays. I saw it coming. But that was good. That's what I told Chad. I said, man, it's good to see him have his confidence back. And our protection was pretty good. So we did some things protection-wise to max it up, to give ourselves an opportunity to get in a little bit of rhythm. They just played.
Once again, front row.
If you would elaborate on that a little bit more, please, Coach, what you and Chad did. It seemed as though Virginia Tech was never able to get into a rhythm defensively. You kept them off balance. What specifically were you guys able to do to prevent that from happening?
Well, kind of what I said about the defense. We had all 11 guys pulling the rope in the same direction most of the night. And we covered people up. We protected. We gave him some plays that were pretty easy to execute early, and then we kind of ramped it up. He made some big throws, had some guys make some big catches. We felt like that we'd have an opportunity for a couple of double move type plays. We hit a big one to Sammy in that regard. And, 20 went out for them. That was big. He's a great football player. And so that was certainly a big loss for them when he left the game. So, we just won some matchups. But it starts with the guys up front. Our offensive line was awesome.
Front row again.
You guys were able to score 21 points in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Have you been a part of anything explosion in that time?
We scored how many? 21 in how many seconds?
4 minutes and 24 seconds.
I love it. That's tempo. Well, we got stops. We put it together. Offense, defense, special teams. And, we scored, we had the momentum, then you kick it off, and you get a stop, you get it back with good field position. They had some critical penalties tonight, too. I think they had about 3 penalties in a row on kickoff, I believe, on their kick return. And so it kind of backed them up and created good field position for us. Our defense got the stop, they punted, and we got good field position. And so, any time you can win the field position battle and you can play on a 50 or 60-yard field, as opposed to an 80, 100-yard field, then your odds of scoring go way up. And again, the momentum I mean, we just kept it going, and the way we were able to run the football was to me the real key.
To our left.
Hey, Will Vandervoort, Ipte Media. Andre, can you talk about how that fumble right at the beginning of the game on their first offensive play kind of set the tone for the whole night for you?
You know, Coach Swinney always harps on me as just being relentless and always just be a senior leader. And, you know, I knew going into it, watching film, what type of play they were going to run. But Coach Swinney always says big players make big-time plays in big games. So, you know, that I feel like that set the tone for the game. And once that happened, I knew what our offense was capable of doing, and they scored.
Back to the room.
This is for Coach and Andre. You guys just talk about the defensive pressure you guys were able to bring tonight. Defensively over the last few weeks, you guys weren't probably playing your best type of football that you wanted to play. And tonight, you guys really came out and played an aggressive style of football and really took over the game.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they played. We had a great plan, but again, we had a great plan last week. These players executed, and they took ownership and accountability. I mean, they did the things that they have to do to be dominant. And you got to win the physical matchups to have a chance against a great team like Virginia Tech, which is a very physical football team. And they're just really will challenge you in all aspects. That quarterback and that running back, shoot, this was a huge challenge for us. But again, all the credit goes to these players. They took the challenge. I thought we did a tremendous job defending outside. There wasn't a lot of space. And when the balls were thrown, I mean, they had a couple of great catches. We had good coverage, but we defended and competed. And then these guys up front created some pressure, and they had a lot of discipline with their rush lanes. And we got some push inside, and so when he did scramble, we were able to rally and keep it to minimum gains.